So apparently, a couple of people actually wanted to hear my thoughts on their Paranormal Activity films. And I never did talk about 4, 5, and 6, but I reviewed the first 3 7 years ago. You can find it on my channel. You go up there, just type in Paranormal Activity, Remember Afterlife, or just type Paranormal Activity Rant, and you'll find it sooner or later. I did the first 3 like 7 years ago. They're still on my channel. So I figured I would just do a recap, because I don't have much to say about those first 3 films. I had to talk about all 3 films in like 20 minutes or less. The first film, I think, is overrated. For a film that got so popular that it spawned 6 films total, that's more than the Rambo franchise, the Lethal Weapon franchise, than a lot of other franchises. I mean, there's more Paranormal Activities than Dirty Harry films. There's more Paranormal Activities than Death Wish with Charles Bronson films. I mean, you think of the other franchises, Jesus. 6 of these? And I can understand maybe some of the appeal of the first one. The simple premise. The idea of you being the voyeur of this couple sleeping in the bedroom. And a lot of the film takes place in that. And it makes you uncomfortable because you're watching people sleep. And that's really the place that we should be safe at. But we, the viewer, are watching these people sleep. So it is that voyeur mentality. It makes you a bit uncomfy. Then you add in the paranormal, hence the title. And it's a slow build, and it's slowly building things. So sheets are moving, and decent parts, like when they find the footprints, and they put some powder on, and next time they see the footprints that went through the powder. But I didn't think it was that scary or suspenseful. I've seen so much other better paranormal, well, not wannabe. Aesthetically, you say any found footage film could be a wannabe of the other. But I've seen other As Above, So Below, Afflicted, Digging Up the Marrow, The Tunnel, so much other better found footage films than Paranormal Activity. But this is the one, like Afflicted, I think that's a more interesting story, better cast, did a lot more with the format than this. But that's just my opinion. So not only do I think he's overrated, the boyfriend, Mika, he's annoying, he's irritating, and he's dumb as shit. He's the type of dumbass that would take an umbrella to see Purple Rain. He's the type of dumb motherfucker that would starve in a grocery store. And this guy keeps making things worse and worse and fucking worse. Burning Ouija boards and burning shit that he's not supposed to, just making things worse. So you don't care about that character, he's annoying. He's fucking up. Then you have the priest that does nothing, that literally might as well just gone, fuck this, I'm out. I'm like, what was the point of the priest? He came in there and did nothing. And said, pretty much going, you're on your own, and leaves and never comes back. I was waiting for it to come back. Nope, never did. And then the ending sucked, and apparently, I don't know if this is true, apparently Steven Spielberg saw the film and said, you should change the ending. To the ending they have now, where there's a stream, the boyfriend runs down, you hear nothing, boyfriend gets thrown to the camera, she's standing there with blood on her, she's killed her boyfriend, and she's possessed. And that was the thing with the movies, that it's not the house that's possessed, it's her that's possessed. Which, that idea I thought was done better in The Conjuring. Not The Conjuring, Insidious. That's not the house, it's the person. Insidious, I thought was done better in that movie. I wasn't a big fan of Insidious, but I thought it was better than this one. That's a film I haven't seen in forever. And I haven't seen the sequel, so. But getting to this, I mean, that's really all with the first movie. There's really nothing else I can say about the first film. The second one, even less, because it's boring as hell. You don't have to take sleeping pills. You just watch Paranormal Activity 2, and that is a sleeping pill. You don't take a nap? If nap was an actual physical manifestation, he would be like, nope, you can't. Why? Because it's too fucking boring. Exactly, that's why I don't take a nap. No, I'm too fucking bored, so I'm sleeping, and I'm nap, so you can't nap. Doesn't make any sense. Neither does this fucking movie. Doesn't make any sense either. Because you find out in the middle of the film, oh, it's actually a fucking prequel, not a sequel. And then one of them is the sister of Katie from the first film. And then what's funny is they made this whole big deal of these two sisters in the next films. Like, the both of them are with the cult. But I guess they play favors because, okay, you sister, you don't be possessed and do all this shit. You, we're going to let you go, and you don't have kids, and you don't die. And that's it. And we're going to take your kid. Wow, that other sister, Christy, got the shit into the deal. I just tell you they both got the shit in the deal, but... And I would think, what the fuck happened to this kid? Oh, dare I forget, Paranormal Activity 4! Because this TD, possessed bitch, takes the kid at the end of this film, but she takes the kid to put up for adoption? To take him again? Why? You take the kid, and then, oh, who's the kid in Paranormal Activity 4? Oh, it's really Hunter, the kid in this one. Why the fuck? Why the fuck? Yeah, I'm probably confused a lot of this shit, or this thing just doesn't make any goddamn sense. You'd be a fucking scientist to explain the mythology that they overcomplicated. Because, yeah, that's what you want to do with your friend, overcomplicate shit. When has that ever worked? Explaining and explaining more. That makes things less interesting, less scary, less suspenseful when you over-explain shit. Prometheus, Alien Covenant, let's explain and over-explain the xenomorphs. Oh, make them less interesting and less intriguing and less scary. The Predator. No, it's about dead spinal fluid. Oh, yeah, make them more bullshit. Howling, the curse of Michael Myers. Oh, well, hey, no, let me think of why he's evil in my head. No, we'll explain it. There's this cold, and we stuck some thorns up. This thorn, they stuck that up his ass, and in his pee hole, and in both his eye sockets. And we just put some more thorns up his ass, and then he fucked his niece, had a baby, and then watched Paul Rudd smile a lot. Great fucking movie. No, fuck that movie. You explained Michael Myers, and you did a shit job. Did that really make Michael Myers more interesting? Hey, he fucked his niece. Whoop-de-fucking-do. Great. He's part of the group from fucking Deliverance. Great. It's 3 men and a baby, and Michael Myers is the uncle. In the next one, Michael Myers saying, good night, sweetheart. Good night. To his fucking niece. Getting backtracked on this goddamn film. Paranormal Activity 2 for a goddamn hour. You look at a fucking pool filter going to the fucking pool. I'd rather put my dick in the pool and let it shrivel up so much it's inside of me than watch the shit for a goddamn hour, because that's all that happens. Oh, the pool filter got to the pool again. Good. Drown in the motherfucker for all I care. Drown. All he is. Because the best character in the film is the fucking dog. To the point that the dog is barking, trying to protect the baby, and the dog gets hurt, and you never know where the fuck... Where's the dog? What happened to the dog? You know what I wish? I wish somehow that was John Wick's dog, and he came in, and he had ghost bullets, and shot the fucking ghost in the head. And he was a fucking Ghostbuster Part Day, Hitman Part 9. That's what I want to fucking see. Or I want to see a movie like Bad Moon, which I reviewed a long time ago. Instead of a werewolf versus dog, it's a ghost versus dog. And some of the dog scares the ghost. I don't know what the fuck reason for. But you get to a fucking film where they view the ghost from a Kinect from Xbox 360. When you do that, it's out the fucking window what you can do. Shit. And then what this like, and they never show what, they never tell what happened to the dog. Is he alive or is he dead? I want to know because the dog was the best character in the movie. I like the fucking dog. I like the bitch. And they can't tell me what happened to her or him. It. And then at the end, pretty much everyone dies. And they take the baby. Which apparently in part 4, they gave the baby up for adoption, even though they took it. Then why'd you take it in the first place? You don't give it up for adoption. And then his name gets changed. And then shit. Then why'd you take it in the first place and not just wait? Do we need another one to explain that shit too? That's what I mean. There was a movie that was made. It was surprisingly successful. They did not know they were going to make a mythology, so they had to come up with crap out of their ass, and thus you have holes that you can drive a diesel truck through. At the end of the day, it wasn't scary. People want to say Blair Witch Project is boring. No, Paranormal Activity films like Part 2 is fucking boring. At least the Blair Witch, you have the creepiness of the atmosphere of the woods. Here, great, I'm looking at a fucking house and a fucking pool. And here's the pool filters. I'm not a pool man. I don't jack off the pools. I don't cream in my pants from watching pool filters. And I don't remember a damn thing scary or creepy about the film. Not a damn thing. Humongously boring. And then part 3, it's a prequel like the second one, but this is a prequel even further back to like the 80s, I believe. The late 80s. To Katie, the woman in the first film, and the woman who was in the second film. They're sisters, and this is when they were kids. And okay, the 80s aesthetic, cool. The old school cameras, cool. The little tricks they did, the physical happenings of the ghosts. There's a moment where they put the camera on this fan and it goes back and forth. So each time you're like, what's going to happen next? Oh, that's changed. Oh, what's it going to be next? That was a decent example of utilizing suspense. One character I didn't mind because he did the smart thing, because he was like a buddy or a relative or to the dad, and at one point he gets scratched and he's like, fuck this, I'm leaving. And he never comes back. I'm like, wow, a smart guy. And he lived. Hey, someone did a smart thing. I give credit where credit's due. Alright, good job, man. And that's why you lived. Because you did a smart thing. I forget what the hell that character's name was. Like, good job, man. Good job. But the rest of the characters didn't do anything for me. The rest, the story, no. I mean, it starts out with actually the one sister delivering the other sister these old videotapes that they had, which has the footage. I don't think it was their dad. I think actually the lead guy is like their mom's boyfriend. And I guess, if I remember correctly, in the second film, these VHS tapes were stolen. But then you see the VHS tapes in the fucking ghost dimension. So they're stealing VHS tapes, but then they're not stealing VHS tapes. They stole the VHS tapes, but they didn't destroy the shit because they're in the ghost dimension. And what? Is the VHS tape so fucking powerful that they can't fucking destroy it? Because that's their evidence. And if the VHS tapes were stolen, but they weren't destroyed because you see them in the ghost dimension, the part 6. The ghosts don't have the power to destroy VHS tapes. Just steal them like assholes. Why the fuck are they stealing VHS tapes? You can do anything, just destroy the shit. God damn it. Randy, that was his friend's name, Randy. Yeah, he discovers a large scratch on his torso. They try to leave the bathroom, but a black figure moves and furniture is violently flung across the room. Randy warns that whatever they're dealing with is dangerous. And that's when Randy leaves. And he's like, fuck this, I'm going. And I appreciate Randy, Dustin Ingram. And I think that's one of the things that, at least compared to the second film, stuff actually happens in this film. Like, a good chunk of stuff actually happens. Granted, if you watch the trailers, none of that footage is in the movie. If you watch any of the trailer for Paranormal Activity 3, none of that shit's in the movie. So, I don't know how the hell they can't get sued for false advertising. Oh, there's this house that burned, and that's not in the movie. Oh, they throw paint at the ghost, and the paint's... That's not in the movie. And then again, trying to explain shit, that there's this fucking cult, and brainwash girls of childbearing age into having sons and force them to give up their sons. So I guess that's what she did with the one woman, Christy. And then Katie was the possessed to get the kid, I guess. Oh, and they talked to this ghost named Toby. And then the ghost dimension, you find out why. Because Toby wants to be physical. So he needs to get physical. Physical, and a bunch of kids will do that. Get physical. I'm like, fucking whatever, man. And it ends with the boyfriend gets his spine broken, and I forgot what the fuck happened to the mom. I think she's I know she gets killed, and then the grandma like takes the two kids, and then the movie ends. I'm like, fucking whatever, man. And these are the guys who also did Paranormal Activity 4. But then they did Nerve. Oh, they did Catfish. That's what they did. But then they did Nerve, which I liked, with Emma Roberts and Dave Franco. I actually didn't mind that film. Nerve. So, like, stay away from found footage movies, maybe. I don't know, is again the mythology being this muddled mythology, just pulling shit out of their ass, and characters don't really care about, and the story is the 80s aesthetic I liked. The one guy who's smart enough to leave, I liked him, and stuff actually happens compared to part 2, and some decent suspense. I would say of the first 3, that's the one that is the most decent, but it just leads to nothing. It leads to fucking another lame ass ending. I don't know what else to say other than that. If you want to hear more in depth on my thoughts, watch my reviews from 7 years ago. Not much has changed, in my opinion, since then. Anyway, that's my recap of the first 3 Paranormal Activity films, and next I'll talk about part 4. See you guys later.